Hey everybody, it's Toya Taylor and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 5, Episode 14. The title is Fair Game. So we hop right into the episode where we left off when Andy and Karen made it to Zach and Fatima's house. So Karen wants to know what this is about. What did they call her there for? And Fatima, she offered Karen some drinks and Karen turned it down. Now I would have loved if Karen would have gave Fatima the same response that Zach gave to Miss Lisa when Miss Lisa offered him a plate. And Zach was like, "Oh no, I ain't come over here to break bread. I just came over here to get to the bottom of this so we can get this over with." Yeah, I wish Karen would have gave Fatima the same response. We're not having drinks. This is not the Last Supper. So, Zach told Karen that if this is his child, he want to be in the baby's life full time. And Karen was like, "Okay, that's cool." And Zach said, "Well, I want to come up with a set agreement for a payment to give you $3,000 a month." So Karen was like, "Oh, really? All of a sudden now you want to come up with an agreement? But when I wanted to talk about the baby that wasn't even born yet, and you don't even know 99.9% if the baby is even yours, it made no sense to you or no one else. But now all of a sudden when you want to talk about the baby that's not even born yet and you don't even know if it's even yours, it's time for us to sit down and talk like adults and come up with an agreement." Okay. Well, this is the agreement. Karen told Zach she make her own money. And she also has Aaron. And he's also going to be in the baby's life, although he know that it's not his baby. So, Zach was like, "Okay, well, I plan on being there full time." Basically saying, so we don't need Aaron. Karen said, "Okay, well, he'll have two fathers." Clearly. Okay? Because clearly he's going to have two mothers. If you're going to be married to Fatima, and Fatima is your wife, that means Fatima is going to be your children's stepmom. Okay? And Karen ain't got no problem with that, so you should have no problem with Aaron being around. Now you could tell he really didn't like it, but he couldn't say nothing about it. And Andy was like, "Karen, stop." "No, Karen, keep going. Please." So Karen had to also let Zach know. She was like, I see. Zach said, "Okay, you keep saying you see. What do you see?" And she was like, "I see this nice ass house and these nice ass cars that you got parked outside." And I wish that she would have said, "And I also see a deadbeat across from me that's trying to chunk me $3,000 a month after he over here making $2 million." Yeah. And I'm glad Karen peeped it and told Zach straight up, "You worrying about your money more than you worrying about this unborn baby. And for the record, the baby is yours." So Fatima, she was like, "How you know? How you know?" Karen said, "Because I took your advice, what you suggested, to go back and get the ultrasound, count the days, and find out the dates." And the dates matched up. So Fatima was like, "Well, it was pretty close. How the fuck," excuse my language, trying to do better, y'all, but how the hell do you know how close it was? Were you there, Fatima? Do you know the dates? Please tell me, because that show how you talking. And then on top of that, if it was so close, why would you even suggest that she go and see the doctor and get the dates? If once she get the dates, you still gonna say, Well, yeah, it was too close. Like, it's still an excuse for everything. So how about we just wait on Dana to pull up and let us know who is 99.9% the father. Until then, you need to fall back, small back. And that's just how I feel about Fatima. When it come down to being in the middle, yes, I said the middle. Shout out to Miss Wanda. Being in the middle of Fatima, of Karen and Zach. I'm sick of it. Please. Like, we're not going to do this. And then she got the nerve to tell Karen not to be competitive. Well, hell, she just letting you know because you asked. She's just reassuring you that it's pretty damn close. The dates are pretty close. It might not be for sure, but it's pretty close. Oh, don't get combative. No, don't get angry at the truth, Fatima. How about that? Accept it. Accept the truth. But anyways, that was just gaslighting for me. And I didn't like that. So, next thing you know, Fatima was like, look, if that's all y'all, not Fatima. Karen, she was like, look, if that's all y'all wanted, look, me and Andy finna bounce because we gotta go check on Brina. And she also had to let Zach know. She was like, this house is pissing me off. That desk is pissing me off. Because that's the desk that you built for me so that I can study my license. What are you studying, Fatima? Baby, when Karen hit her with that, I had to cross my legs because I was waiting on the answer. Because I'm like, you're right. Fatima was supposed to be studying to become a lawyer. Remember that? Fatima, before you became Bunny to Zach's Clyde. You were supposed to be a lawyer at the law firm where you're assisting Andy. But you forgot all about that. You threw that goal out the window just to be Bunny. Okay? So, Karen, she was pissed off about a lot of things. And she had to call that one out. Now, when she called that out about that desk, Fatima looked at Zach like, you mother. She had to hold in her facial expressions, but I seen it. I seen it all in her face. Fatima was like, I can't believe I'm sitting up here taking up for you, and you got the nerve to have me in the blind. So, by that time, Zach, he told Karen that that's all that he wanted. And Karen was like, okay, good. And before she left out the door, she let Zach know, no, wait. She looked over, y'all. It's too much that happened in this scene, and I didn't write no notes, so I'm just trying to remember what I saw. Karen, she looked over when she was going crazy about the desk and the house and all this here. She looked over. She seen a ring, an engagement ring, on the over there to the side, sitting by a plant. And she said, hold on. She went over there and grabbed it. And I'm like, girl, what you doing touching her ring like that? Now, I wouldn't have been going for that if I was Fatima. I'd be like, hold on. Okay? Shut. So, she went over there and grabbed the ring. And she was like, is this an engagement ring? Are y'all engaged? He grabbed the ring out her hand like, give me that. Before you try to flush that one down the sink the way you did Andy's over there with Gary. Well, the way you tried to do Andy. So Zach, he grabbed the ring from him. He told her, yup, they engaged. And so Karen was like, okay. Well, you know what, Zach? I'll make this easy for you. You write up the agreement. I'll let Andy look over it, sign it, and that'll be it. Andy, let's go. And Karen, she left. And when she left, Fatima, she tried to walk off because she was pissed off about their desk. And so Zachy was like, wait. I know you mad about the desk. I built the desk for her. Yes, I did. But I also built it for you. And so he was explaining, he had got really emotional with her. And he was explaining just how how much he just, he hate to see her hurt like this, and he hate to see, he hate to see all of this. He was like, I seen how you was looking at her, and I can tell in your eyes that, that you hurt. And whenever a real man hurts a woman, he try to fix it, and this is something that I can't fix. So I love you enough to know that you deserve better than me. And he was just basically pouring his heart out to Fatima. And he started shedding tears. She started shedding tears. And I forgot to mention, before Karen left, she let Zach know that she liked the house, although it makes her mad. Because Fatima, I'm sorry I had to go back, y'all. I had to rewind right quick because I forgot to mention this part. Fatima was steady talking about, what's wrong with you? I'm steady trying to be cool with you, and you just coming at me like, like you got beef. And Karen, she like, Fatima, first of all, I appreciate you trying to be cool. But if I had beef with you, then I'll be going off about that disc right now. If anything, I'm being cool right now. This is me being cool right now. Especially when he trying to offer me $3,000 a month after all the money he make a month. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. So, Karen, she had to let Zach know. She had to let Fatima know that it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I'm mad. It's just that I'm healing. This is my process. And that's something that I really would like for a lot of people to understand, that Karen is healing. And this is a part of her process. It's not going to be good days all the time. She's going to have her moments. And this is just a moment. It's not going to always be smiles and giggles whenever she sees Zach and Fatima. Because it's a part of her process of getting over that love that she still had for Zach. And getting over the reality check that my future isn't what I planned it to be. And this is something that she have to accept. And like she said, she just mad right now. Looking at this house make her mad. Looking at that desk make her mad. So let her go through her emotions. And I feel like Fatima should allow Zach and Karen to talk on their own. Because to me, I see that they both still need closure. Without her in the middle. Like, come on. It's not cute at all. And if anything, Fatima telling Zach that where does insecurity come from? I'm asking the same questions about you, Fatima. Because you won't even let him sit in the room alone with Karen to talk to her about the child support alone. Because they made this baby alone. You won't even let him handle his business as a man by himself. And that screams insecurities in my eyes. Because, girl, when Karen told you she wish you well in this struggle, baby, trust and believe. With that, making babies on you, babies popping out the woodworks, baby mamas popping out the woodworks, you having to fight dancers left and right. You got the next door neighbor that's all up on them, and he ain't trying to scoot her back. Girl, what do you call it? Fatima, what do you call it? You done been in and out of jail. You done had to basically call your gangster cousin just to get hating to. It's just been too much of a struggle. It's been too much of a struggle for you to say, oh no, it's not a struggle, honey. I don't see how not. Whenever you about to be in debt because of this man and his reckless penis that has now caused you problems. But you say it's not a struggle. Okay. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of backlash for my thoughts and my opinions. And it's cool. It's not going to change my thoughts and opinions. Because I have real life reasons for why I look at things the way I look at them. And it's a lot of things I don't go up for with that Fatima, that everybody go up for with Fatima. Basically, it's just a lot of things that I don't go up for when it come down to the way she and Zach mimics love, a real love story. I don't feel like that's the way. I don't feel like that's. You don't have to go through all of that just to love. You don't have to accept all of that just to love. And that's just my opinion of it. And so, to me, I do feel like not only has Zach and Fatima's relationship been a struggle, but Zach been weighing that ass out, like I said once before. Anyways, we're going to move on from that because that's just another video for another day. It's too much to say on them. It's just too much. But I am proud of Karen. I can say I do agree with Andy that I like the way that she handled it. Although I wouldn't have went over there picking up Fatima ring. And honestly, I wouldn't have even showed them that much emotion or gave them that much energy. Like when she was walking out the door after she said that if that's all you wanted, then we about to bounce to go check on Brina. I wish that Karen would have really left right then. Because then I really would have been going up for that scene. But I feel like by her just kind of jabbing a bit too hard, it could give the viewers a different view of her and make her come off as she's jealous, she's still nagging, she's crazy, she's all these things that everybody is saying about her that I just don't see. I see a woman that has been hurt by a man that is now on her healing process and having to get over the fact that her reality was not what she wanted it to be. And now he gets to laugh last, and she's still over there wiping her tears. Trying to pick herself up and at least be able to open her heart up again to this new guy that is trying so hard to love her. That's what I see. I don't see an angry woman. I don't see a bitter woman. I don't see a crazy and nagging and nuisance. I don't see any of that on Karen. I just see a woman that has been hurt and now she's trying to heal. Simple as that. And if you fought me for it, you fought me for it. But that's just what I see. Now, we're going to move on from that. And Maurice calls Kevin again. And he was basically, Kevin was letting Maurice know that hang on tight, we're going to get you up out of there. And Maurice was like, please do, because, I need a drink and a man. And I'm just like, I am convinced that the writer of this show is trying to say that LGBTQ men are thirsty and somewhat dingy, and that they're thirsty enough to let a man misuse them and use them for everything that they have, throw them in jail, and yet and still the only thing you need is a man. All I need is me a man. Like, no. Ain't no gay man running around seeking for a man all the time just because that's who they're attracted to. It don't mean that that's what they're seeking for all the time. They out here getting money too. They ain't just thinking about a penis all day, every day. So I don't understand why is his character written like that? Like that's all he want to do. I don't know, but I'm gonna leave that alone, and we gonna hop to the next scene when Danny showed up to the penthouse and Gary was in there butt naked, and I'm like, Andy, did you even know that? Like, how did he get in there? Did the doorman see him up again? Because this goes back to what I said the last time when I said Andy just do not set boundaries with Gary at all. And that's why Robin was allowed to come in there and whenever she wasn't there. Yeah, because Gary, he allowed Robin inside. And that would have never happened if Andy wouldn't allow Gary to just freely be able to come and go. So I blame Andy for why Gary just do the things that he do. And he can just easily buy her back. Because she allowed it. So then she walk in, she's surprised by his penis. So he done rushed to the room to go put on some clothes. And then she fixing drinks and Sabrina come in. She was like, I need a drink. And so she find out that Gary is in there, butt naked. Okay, then they had to make sure she let her know that about 3-4 times. So Sabrina, she was like, I don't like that he here. And Danny, she was like, look, you must haven't seen what I seen. Because I can see why Andy keep taking him back. Okay. So Sabrina was like, did you all of a sudden forget that he squirrels her? And Danny said, yeah. But he also bought her a penthouse and a nice car in her name. Right after he squirrels her. Okay. Now, I don't agree that all that is worth putting up with just because, like, domestic violence, I do not agree with that at all. And it's not worth putting up with just because this guy is putting you on to a luxury lifestyle. I don't agree with that. But I do feel like Gary haven't done half of the things that DV abusers put women through. Real life. Like real life abusers. Gary has not put Andy through half, not even a portion of what most women have gone through to live these luxury lifestyles. So honestly, I feel like if a lot of these men can be forgiven for a lot of things that they did to a lot of these women on this show, why are we still holding Gary's feet to the fire because he squaws Andy like 3 seasons ago? I just feel like, if you can throw away, if you can throw away the fact that Zach cheated on Fatima with Karen in that salon upside that wall. If he can outlive his title of being a cheater from that moment, I don't see why Gary's feet is still in the fire because he scores Andy. And he did bruise her ribs. But like I said, that was 3 seasons ago. Plus, he haven't done anything like that since then. So I just feel like if Zach can get a second shot from that, why not Gary? So I kind of feel Danny where she coming from, where when she tell Sabrina that she see why Andy is still there. Not saying I will still be there, but I can understand it better. I can understand why Andy might still have Gary around sometimes. I can understand why. Because he is very, very much beneficial to her life. and he makes it a lot easier. And not only that, he looks good. And from Danny's opinion, he has a big D. Okay? So, I'm not saying that we care about that at all. Please do not come choke me, because I know it's a whole different world out here now, and everybody is evolving. I'm evolving. And I know that us women, we're not going up for big D's anymore. Please let me live. I do understand that. But I am going by what Danny said, and plus I'm going by the show. So just let me review this by the show. It's really getting hard to review this show these days. That's why I don't hardly come on here. Because I do feel like every time I come on here, somebody coming for me when I'm just trying to do my job. That's it. But anyway, so we're going to move on to the next scene. Ooh, y'all been making this hard for me. I ain't going to lie. That's why I try to stay away from this. But anyways, Andy, she rushed in to talk about Karen and Zach with the other girls before Karen made it in. And so she couldn't get it out quick enough. So Karen called her. She was like, I know you in here talking about me, Andy. Yeah. And so Karen had to ask her straight up, did you know that Fatima and Zach was engaged? And Andy was like, well, yeah, I knew. And Karen was like, oh, you wasn't going to tell me? And Andy said, well, it wasn't my business to tell. How so, Andy? When you made it your business whenever you pulled Fatima's hand over there to you across your desk because she had a faint print around her ring finger. And you asked her, you know, tell me, what's this? Are you holding out? Which is another thing I got to get on Sabrina ass about, because she got the nerve to tell Danny that Andy is holding out about Gary, but she didn't say anything whenever Andy put Danny on the spot about the Vienna sausage, talking about how Danny had to run over some strays. Okay, and Sabrina, she sat up like, what? Why you ain't tell me about this? But she ain't say nothing. Now, that's who been holding out. Because that's more important than who Andy's still screwing. But anyways, where we at now? Yeah, with the girls. So, Sabrina, I'm trying to fix my thing, y'all, all in the review. So where we at? Andy and the girls, they're talking, and yeah, Karen asked. No, Andy said that wasn't her business to be telling, right? But what got me is you made it your business in your office whenever you had to find out was Fatima gonna marry Zach or not, and now all of a sudden you telling Karen, well, that was your ex's business to tell you. So why you didn't leave it between Fatima and her ex? Okay? Because you have a point, Andy. You're right. It wasn't your business to tell. But I don't feel like it was your business to even get in from the start. To even get involved in from the start. That's just how I see it. I wouldn't even want to know. If I know that my best friend, ex-boyfriend, is now dating my assistant that is now my friend, and we're just not growing the friendship, I wouldn't want nothing to do with it. I wouldn't want to come in between any of that. Even if I do see a faint ring print around her finger, I wouldn't say nothing about it. You know, I would have left that alone. And so I feel like, Andy, you made it your business, and now you want to try to make it seem like Karen the one tripping. Nah. So, while they was up there talking, Karen had let her know straight up. She was like, well, the girls was asking how much did Zach ask for child support. And she told them $3,000 a month. I mean, how much did Zach offer? And she told them $3,000 a month. So Danny was like, ooh, I need to have me a child. Y'all, Danny be tripping me out sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, she be funny sometimes. So Karen was like, yeah, and child support is based off income. So we should be able to get much more than that. And Andy was like, I thought you wasn't going to do that, Karen. Girl, me and Danny said it at the same time. Why not? Why not? Because I feel like it's real selfish of Zach to want to give her $3,000 a month when he makes $2 million a month or better. I'm pretty sure he makes $2 million or better, but on paper, he make about $2 million on paper. And I say that because Heather done hit him for $500,000, and in the state of Georgia, it go off of your income. They take 25% out. They take 25% out based on your income for the non-custodial parent. My bad, y'all. So that lets me know that Zach must make $2 million, rounding off on paper, because 25% of $2 million is $500,000, and that's how much Heather is getting from Zach. Plus, you look how Zach living. You can tell he has millions. He's making millions monthly millions. Okay, monthly millions, and you want to give her $3,000 a month? No, I feel like that's very selfish of you to even want to do that. Like you playing over my intelligence, Zach. That's just the way I see it. So I don't blame Karen for going for all of her coins. Yeah, why not? So now we see I don't want to leave nothing out of this scene because I didn't really write no notes, y'all. Oh yeah, Sabrina asked Andy for help with Maurice, y'all. And Andy was like, girl, I done already did too much. For real? Like, why would you even fix your mouth to ask me for help when you just came from over there with Calvin? Like, you just sat down and had a conversation with Calvin on last week's episode. And you did not once fix your mouth to even ask Calvin to help Maurice get out of jail. Whenever Calvin is really the main reason why all of this is happening. For even he talked Maurice into letting Q move in with them. And then Calvin didn't even put Maurice up on game that night whenever Q tried to screw him. And Calvin was drunk, so I guess he didn't remember, but for some reason you remember when he tried to screw you though. But you didn't remember whenever he told you that all of this was a game, that he really didn't have no feelings for Maurice. And he's gay for pay, and he's bisexual. He do this with not only men, he also do this with women. And he do it to get by. Q told Calvin this. But Calvin didn't put Maurice up on game the next day. He got mad and he left. All because Q tried to screw him. And I feel like if none of that wouldn't have happened, Q wouldn't even been able to get close to Maurice like that to even frame him the way he did. And that's just that on that. So if anybody needs to be coming up with some money to bail Maurice out of jail, it definitely needs to be Calvin. Definitely. But Andy told her she gonna see what she can do. I guess she gonna go talk to Robin again, y'all. I know Robin, he about sick of Andy and all her jailbirds by now. Now, moving on. We see Preston. He's back at the studio apartment, and Danny, she comes back home. So, Danny, I guess she walked in on him on the phone. So she was like, was that old girl? And he was like, what girl? She said, the girl that you was telling me you was gonna marry. The girl you bought that ring for. And he was like, oh yeah, that was her, but that ring wasn't for her. Now, this goes back to what I was saying about how Preston want to know everything about Danny running over the Vienna sausage. Excuse me. But every time she asks him about the girl that he was going to propose to and marry, he want to bypass the point. The last time when she asked about the girl, he hurried up and changed the subject on last week's episode. And then asked her about the Vienna sausage and trying to make her talk. No. The same way you hurried up and changed the subject, I'm glad Danny did the same and told him, look, I'm going out with my girls tonight. I'll talk to you later about that. And now he doing it again when she come back in. He said, yeah, that was the girl, but I didn't want to, like, the ring isn't for her. The ring is for you. So Danny, will you marry me? Okay. Preston got on one knee. All right. And asked Danny, will you marry me? So, y'all, Danny haven't gave him an answer yet. And I don't think we're going to get an answer anytime soon. But y'all, I am excited for Danny. I can't say I am excited for her, but I just hope that she's making the right move. If she do say yes, I hope she's making the right move. And I feel like the same way Fatima over there doing her research on Zach, before she marry him, Danny better hop on top of it too with Preston. And that's just how I feel about it. But anyways, y'all, I'll be back with another review for the previews for next week's episode. And until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl, Toya Telly. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. Also, hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.